neighborhood I grew up in the school I attended. So my views changed depending on my environment. And so where I was going to school, it was completely unacceptable. You never saw anybody pregnant. If you did, they were out. They were out the door, and they were sent to a different school. But my sister, before I became pregnant, she moved to Lynn, and I started hanging around that area. And as I, started hanging out with my friends in Lynn, I started seeing, a huge population of teen parents, pregnant, everything, and it was kind of the norm. And so now my views have changed. I'm like, what's up? This is acceptable. It's okay. And I was highly influenced by this, what I was seeing. And I soon found myself pregnant. I was hanging out, wrong crowd, not really going to school. And but I was kind of okay with it because nobody really had anything negative to say outside of my family. There were services set up in the area that really kind of not promoted the pregnancy, but kind of like a way to get through. So I really felt supported in that neighborhood. But that definitely within my own family was not acceptable. So even before being pregnant, I had the view of teen pregnancy it was trashy. It only happened to people with single parent households, maybe for parents who are also teen parents. So I kind of had this negative connotation already before I even myself became a teen parent. But, and then as I became pregnant, my mom was the first one to say, hey, you got to go. So I was soon faced with this harsh reality that, it's really not accepted, despite what I'm seeing. And she told me to get out the door, go have an abortion and come back when you're done. And, but reality really set in, and I think she was trying to exhibit some tough love. And when she realized I wasn't going to have an abortion, she sent my dad out to go get me. And I came home, and with that being said, she has been my biggest supporter going forward. So as far as, when I found myself pregnant and made a decision to keep my child, at this point I felt like I only had a few people in my corner. And that was very tough. So with having all this information and knowing that, I was faced with, man, do I become a statistic? Do I become those girls that I saw? Am I going to go to school? Am I going to finish? Am I going to ever go to college? And that's what everybody was expecting me to not do. And so, that truly motivated me. I soon felt like I was becoming the exception from what I was really seeing myself. And, I was determined to not be a statistic, meaning I wasn't going to graduate high school. I was going to live on welfare. I was going to live in housing and get food stamps and, all the above. But, I really was just like, I had a few people in my corner. I had my mother, my father, and I had my mentor at Joy Daycare, and who all pushed me through everything. And I think once they saw that I was taking the initiative to really further my future, they really supported me, for babysitting, even just my time away and my studying time, they were there for me. And so it wasn't an option to fail for me. That came from the support from the outside, but also from within myself. I think the statistics and what I had personally, been afflicted with when I saw the teen parents, I didn't want to be that. I found myself really like, there's no way on earth I'm going to end up like that. And I still struggle with that perception of the whole teen parent, even to this day, and it's something that I'm working on. So even though I haven't gone through it and knowing the negativity that comes with it and the stigma, I still find myself judging people. And it's difficult to even say, like, I was there, but and why am I judging? Why can't they just pick themselves up by their bootstraps? I did it, why can't they do it? But so that's something I'm working on with myself. And I know everybody comes from different situations and is faced with different circumstances. But the perception that I was seeing definitely is what motivated me. But that doesn't always come, people don't always have that in them. So I can say that this negative perception that people have of teen parents motivated me, but it's not always the case. So I think that we're here to kind of change that perception.